Hello, my dear students. I hope you all are fine. Well, today we are going to begin our new chapter, lesson number 4, an interview with Einstein. Students, we have already finished our previous 3 chapters, which were from first term, and we've done the revision as well of that chapters. So now we are going to begin this fourth chapter, which is from second term. But because we have so many days left for these online classes, we should not waste time and we will start new chapters. So, lesson number 4 is from second term, an interview with Einstein. Students, do you know the meaning of interview? What is the meaning of interview? You must have heard this term before as well. Students, let me tell you. An interview is a meeting with someone to whom we ask questions about themselves. So in an interview, if we are taking someone's interview, we will ask questions to them about themselves. And here in this chapter, the person who's being interviewed is a great scientist, Einstein. You must have heard his name before as well. Albert Einstein was a great scientist. So in this lesson, we will know about Mr. Einstein, Albert Einstein. So let us begin the chapter. You can see there are few pictures given in the beginning of the chapter. So this is a warm-up exercise. Write I for an invented thing and N for a natural one in the circle. So things which are natural, you have to write N below that, and the things which are made by human or which are invented, you have to write I below that. So the first picture is of television. It is not a natural thing, right? It's been invented. So we will write I below the picture of TV. The next is a picture of a rock. So rock is a natural thing. We will write N below it. And then mobile phone. It is also not a natural thing. It was invented by the scientist. So we will write I below it. And then apple. Apple is a natural thing. Then we will write N. And the last picture is of solar cell. So we will write I below it because it is not natural. It is man-made. So let us begin the chapter. 14th March 1879 to 18 April 1955. So this is the birth and the death date of Albert Einstein. He was born on 14th March 1879 and died on 18th April 1955. Race was Jewish. He was of Jewish religion. Birthplace was Ulm, Germany. This is the name of the country and the place where he took birth. So he was born here in Ulm, Germany. Won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. So Albert Einstein was born in Ulm, Germany on 14 March 1879 and he won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. I live in the USA with my parents. Everyone says I ask a lot of questions. But can I? Can I do? I am curious by nature. I like to know what things are made of and how they work. When I start asking questions in my science or mathematics class, my classmates giggle and whispered, Albert Einstein starts again. So students, these are the lines which I have just read. The author of this chapter is telling about himself in these lines. So the person, I live in the USA with my parents. So this is about author. The author is living in USA with his parents, and he is in the habit of asking so many questions, and he is very curious about nature. He wants to know everything about nature. He asks so many questions by his science and maths teachers, and his classmates used to laugh on him, and they used to whisper. Whisper is talking themselves silently. So they used to talk about that boy, that Albert Einstein starts again. So they used to make fun of that boy, that because he used to ask so many questions, his classmates used to say him Albert Einstein. When I visit my extended family in India, they tease me and call me Albert Einstein. So when he used to visit his family in India, his family members also used to call him Albert Einstein. And why did they call him Albert Einstein? Because he was very eager to know about everything. He wanted to know about the nature and all the things. And he used to ask so many questions about these things. The only two people who encourage me to ask questions and take me seriously are my science teacher and my grandfather. So the only two people who used to encourage him and motivate him and they took his questions seriously were his science teacher and his grandfather. And the other rest of the people used to make fun of him because he used to ask so many questions. But his science teacher and grandfather encouraged him to ask questions. So I was eager to meet Mr. Einstein and find out how he became interested in science. I wondered, he was a student. Did he also ask innumerable questions like me? So this boy, the author of this chapter, he wanted to meet Mr. Einstein and he was very eager to meet him. And he wanted to know about Albert Einstein, that how he became interested in science. And he wanted to know about him, that whether he was also like him, because he used to ask so many questions. So he wanted to know that whether Albert Einstein was also like him. Was he asking so many questions to his teacher also? And then one day, my kind science teacher informed me that Albert Einstein was visiting our school. He was going to meet several little curious boys and girls for chat, and I could ask him a lot of questions. So one day, his science teacher informed him that Albert Einstein is going to visit the school and he will meet several students who are curious to know about him, and he would like to meet the students and would chat with them. And then the boy was very happy, and then he thought he can ask so many questions with Albert Einstein now. So students, in this chapter we will learn about Mr. Einstein. We'll get to know about Mr. Einstein because the author will ask questions to him. So now he got to know that Albert Einstein is going to visit this school and he can ask so many questions to them. And so here I am with one of the world's greatest scientists, Albert Einstein. After the initial greeting, I started with my questionnaire that I had prepared for him. So that day has finally come when the world's greatest scientist Albert Einstein visited his school, and after the greetings and all, when the boy greeted and all, he started with the questionnaires that he prepared for him. Questionnaires is a set of questions. So he prepared so many questions to ask with Mr. Albert Einstein. So this boy is ready to question Mr. Albert Einstein about himself. So now, students, the rest of the story about the interview about Mr. Einstein, we will continue it in our next class. For today, we have covered this much, and in the next class, we will begin it from the interview. So meanwhile, students, in your homework, you can find out the meaning of the different difficult words which are in this chapter. All right, take care. Bye bye.